tired, but I don't think you can.
So the party's been needled today. I've had my first dose, but I feel like I've got something secondary going on in regards to how I'm feeling. I've been feeling terrible. I've been dripping in sweat, where I've had to change my t-shirts nearly twice a day, 3 times a day. This has gone on for about a week or two. Anyway, today I was just sat down. I stood up. I got tremendous pain in my right side of my hip, almost like the hip is coming out of its joint. So I think I'm undergoing 2 infections at the same time: the chest infection and the prostatitis infection. You can see I'm sweaty now and clammy. I've just had something to eat. Every time I'm eating, it doesn't even have to be a boiling plate of food. It feels like my body's working harder and I'm sweating. If I have a cup of tea in this heat, then that's a different story altogether. But yeah, got the port needled. It's a big needle, I think, or what's a gripper needle. It's popping out so it protrudes. I had to shave my chest so we can get it in. Look, that's the hairy chest. That's the clear chest. So I'm just waiting for a phone call now back off the doctor to see what's going on with this hip problem, whether it's a kidney infection or a prostatitis infection. So I'm not having much luck at the moment, but when there's a will, there's a way. And I scolded myself, look at that. Right, I'll tell you a story about that. So I boiled the kettle, and I wasn't too sure if I boiled the kettle. Now my type of kettle, it's not the plastic one, it's like a metal one. So what did I do? I decided to touch it. Oh, so I tell you what, that was quite a burn. Ran it straight under the cold water. It's healing well now, just feeling a bit itchy. But talking about this dressing, it's not staying on very well. Obviously I'm a bit clammy because of the way I'm feeling. So they've taped it as well. But it looks like it's going to be changed on the next one. But what they were saying to me is because my port isn't hard to needle. In this case, sometimes on the last dose at night, they'll just take the needle out and re-needle it the next day, so the bandage, doesn't come off all the time. So that's a possibility. But whoever says a port that gets needled doesn't hurt the line, whether it's because it's a fairly new port and it's still tender under, it does hurt when it gets needled. So again, it's not something I just want to do. I'd take the needle out, put it in again 24 hours later. You are supposed to get them changed every week, but for not the similar reason, but Vicky has what's the word I'm looking for? Problematic port. Sometimes they can't needle it. It takes 3 attempts to needle it, so she keeps it in the whole 2 weeks. She's fully aware of the risks involved, like infections. You can get infections if you don't replace the needle. What she does, she replaces the bandage, gets it cleaned around the exit wound. Is that right? Around the wound, and just goes again with a bandage on top. So I'll let you know once I know more. I have had my bloods done today, so I normally get some input within a day or two from the home IV team. But I'm guessing I'm waiting for a phone call anyway off the doctor, off the out-of-hour doctors, because of the pain, the sudden onset pain in my right hip. So they might even be able to electronically look at it. They might even be back. So we'll see what's going on. My markers were good, as in my heart rate has come down a bit. It was quite high about a week ago. Oxygen levels were good, and prior to coming on the home IVs, I had about 8 to 10 days doxycycline because I had to wait. It wasn't my time, so they had to bring me forward because I wasn't feeling well. So I had to wait about 10 days. So I jumped on some steroids and some doxycycline, which kept me well, and then I didn't feel so well and kept me well. It was weird. It was a slippery slope waiting to get on the meropenem, but here I am, and now I'm gone. I'm sweating, don't feel too good, and I'll let you know.